Cheevo, guys.
What up, guys? This is
Cheevo, guys.
back here again with another video. Today I got some gameplay for you guys of Oddworld Stranger's Wrath HD on the Nintendo Switch. When this game came out, it launched as an Xbox exclusive on the original Xbox in 2005. Now this game is not included in the Oddworld Quintology. It's actually a spin-off, and it's much different than the other Oddworld games. All of the previous Oddworld games are side-scrolling games, and this one is actually a mixture of a third-person and a first-person game. Oddly enough, it was published by EA back in the day, but now Microids has brought it back for the HD version. Now on Steam, it's $9.99. However, if you want to purchase it on the Nintendo Switch, it's going to run you $29.99. Same price for the digital and the physical copy. Anyhow, let's go ahead and dive into the game on normal difficulty. I'm going to skip the tutorial in effort to make this video a little more interesting. The tutorial is a little bit, drawn out. So when you first start off the game, you're going to be starting off in the jail. In this game, you play as Stranger. He's a bounty hunter. And in this game, we're going to be hunting down outlaws. We could either turn them in dead or alive. We're going to get more moolah if we turn them in alive. Moolah is what they call the in-game currency. Like get that moolah. Now, compared to the Munch's Odyssey remaster, I have to say that it seems that they put a lot more work and time into bringing back this game. This game looks much more remastered compared to the Munch's Odyssey remake. And really, I feel that they should be comparable in graphics just because, they came out in the same console generation. These are both titles on the original Xbox.
Hey, welcome to the bounty store. Hey, you must be the guy that bagged blisters out by the forest.
Yeah, it's true, but I'm looking for Doc. I need him to fix a problem.
Well, Doc's up in his Mongo office, but he'll be back here soon. In the meantime, I'll cash out them outlaws you captured, and I got a few more for you.
So yeah, anyway, it's sad to see original Xbox exclusives remastered and not even available on the Xbox, Originally, these were exclusives to the OG Xbox, and if they're remastering them, they should be available on the Xbox One.
Hey, stranger, I need you to bag Filthy Hands Floyd. He's been pestering our wagons for months and saying he ain't even got serious yet. Head through the north gate until you find the wagons. Safely, I hope.
Now, as you can see, I just went over to the bounty house and I accepted a mission. So now I gotta hunt down this outlaw to gain some moolah. So I'm gonna be showing you guys my first outlaw hunt here in this gameplay footage. And after we nab our first outlaw, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up this video. Now, as you can see, so far I've been playing in the third person mode. However, there is a first person mode available.
Hey, Arnie, open that gate so Stranger here can bag us some more of them scumbag outlaws. Okay. Yeehaw! Clean 'em up there, Stranger. Here's your bow back, Stranger. Now you gotta learn to hunt your own live ammo. Try it out on some of those critters over there.
Alright, so now we're in first person mode. One of the most notable features in this game is the live ammunition system, which is ammunition made of living creatures. A lot of these creatures are based off of real animals, but most of them are fictional creatures. Like some are fictional insects and some are fictional mammals, and each of them have different powers or purposes. Now you actually have to find these creatures, your live ammunition, around the open world, and what you have to do is hit them with the zap fly. The zap fly is the only ammunition that you pretty much have unlimited of, and you can hit any of the creatures with the zap fly and you'll stun them and you can pick them up, and at that point you would have collected that type of specific ammo. Now right now it's telling me that I could hold Y to run. It's kind of like a crawling run, but it switches me to third person and I want to stay in first person right now, so I'll show you guys that later. Now the chipmunk ammo is basically just a distraction. You can shoot a chipmunk and your enemies will go investigate, and then you can hit them with another type of live ammunition. Now, right now, I'm keeping the zap fly out just because you can use it to open up some gates, but also you use it, to collect your live ammunition. So I'm going to need to find some creatures laying down on the floor or running around down on the floor in this open world. Hit them with the zap fly and I'll collect that type of ammo, and hopefully I can show you guys some other types of live ammunition, because this game is pretty creative in terms of the ammunition. So I went ahead and hit them with the zap fly. That stuns them, and after you stun them, you have to collect their soul or something like that. I'm not too sure exactly what's going on, but you basically suck their soul, and after that you have captured them alive. Now ultimately we want to try to capture as many enemies alive as we can. However, you can choose to kill them, so it's just a matter of how you want to play the game, but I think there are some advantages to capturing them, especially when it comes to the main outlaw that you're going for. If you capture him alive, you gain more bounty than compared to if you just killed him. Alright, so I found some more live ammunition here on the floor. I'm going to hit these spiders with the zap fly. These are the Bolemite spiders. You can use this live ammunition to wrap around your outlaw or enemies. Also, I want to point out that when you collect one of these creatures, it usually collects multiple of them. For instance, every time I collect one of these Bolemite spiders, I actually get 5 in my ammunition, so I only need to pick up 2 because I can only hold 10 total. Also, you can hold the left or right D-pad to adjust your ammo. So you can, alternate your different live ammunitions in and out, but ultimately you can have 2 active at the same time, and I believe they are controlled with the left and right triggers, which in this case, because the switch is ZL and ZR. This game is definitely original. I have a lot of respect for the creator, Oddworld. There's nothing like it. All of the Oddworld games are very unique. What other game do you know that uses critters or live creatures as ammunition? It's pretty cool because there's a lot of creatures and it gives you a lot of variety in terms of how you kill or capture your enemies, and it mixes it up so it's not the same game all the time. It has some good replay value. The only thing that disappoints me with these releases is the fact that they're not releasing on Xbox, especially considering the fact that these were originally Xbox exclusives. Now real quick, I'm gonna hold down Y to show you guys how he runs, but real quick, here's a cutscene.
Hey, boss wants us to stop them wagon trains from getting to town. I think we're all set. Good, 'cause here they come. Get into position. Hold it, hold it, hold it, now! Gotcha! Ha! Damn! That ought to stop them. Okay, guard the area. Make sure...
Now, I do want to point out that Oddworld N Tasty was originally released on the PS4. I'm talking about the HD version. And a couple years later, they did end up releasing it on Xbox. We got achievements with it and everything, so hopefully they do hear us and they end up releasing these games on the Xbox, because we do want to play them on the Xbox. That way we can go ahead and get some achievements on them. The difference with these 2 remasters though, compared to the New and Tasty, was that Munch's Odyssey and Stranger's Wrath HD only came out on Switch and PC. It didn't release on PlayStation like New and Tasty did.
Didn't know there was Fuzzles round here. I best grab some and put the bite on some boys.
Hell yeah, guys. So this is my favorite live ammunition in the game. These are the Fuzzles. These are super creepy looking. I'm gonna go ahead and zap a few, collect them, and then I have to change them into one of my active ammo slots. But these things are pretty savage. You shoot them at your enemy and they pretty much eat your enemy alive. You actually have to be a little bit careful with them though, because if you don't capture your enemy in time, they will kill your enemy. And especially if that is the final outlaw that you're trying to capture, that's going to cost you some moolah. Now, even though the Fuzzles are super awesome and savage, right now I'm trying to make sure that I capture these enemies, because I want to capture as many as I can. I'm trying to do the alive over dead route, but I'll go ahead and shoot a couple Fuzzles so you can see what it looks like. You just gotta be careful because If you go out in the open like that, you can die pretty quickly. Your health bar is in the upper right hand corner of the screen. If you find that it's low, you can hide in the tall grass. They won't be able to see you. That is unless they're chasing you and they seen you walk into the tall grass. So I like to zap them or wrap them in a spider web and then I capture them. That's the route that I like to go. Unless I feel like killing them, then I'll shoot a bunch of fuzzles at them and I'll let my fuzzles do the work. And let's see, what do we have here? We have some squirrels. I'm not too sure exactly what they call the squirrel ammunition in this game, but I'm gonna collect some just in case I need to distract some enemies. You can also jump and climb up any of these ropes. All you have to do is jump into the rope. I gotta say, this game feels like it was way ahead of its time. I mean, the fact that it let you switch between two different camera forms, the third person and then the first person shooter, that's pretty legit for a game that came out in 2005. I mean, you're talking about a feature that is now being implemented in some of the biggest AAA games like Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead Redemption, and now Cyberpunk 2077. I also want to point out that the newest Oddworld game is going to be coming out for next-gen consoles. It's called Oddworld Soulstorm, and this is going to be the 4th game in the quintology. It's not the 4th game total because you do have spin-off games like this one, but it is the 4th mainline Oddworld game, and I'm super excited for it. But that one isn't going to be similar to this one. This one is very much its own game. Most of the regular Oddworld games are side-scrolling. Personally, this is my favorite Oddworld game. I don't know if it's just because I'm not a big fan of, the whole controlling your peers and mind control type of thing. I'm more of a fan of the first-person shooter and this really creative ammunition system. I mean, this is very much its own game, like I said. What other game do you know or have seen that has live ammunition? So, especially for being 2005, I just feel like games were way more original back in the day. They had more freedom to do, crazy ideas and execute crazy ideas versus now, it costs so much to make a game. Companies are just less riskier now. They're not willing to be risky and go with creative ideas just because ultimately what it comes down to, as I said before, is games just are way more expensive to make these days. And what that comes down to is ultimately it's more financial risk for these developers and publishers when they invest in a brand new and creative idea versus creating a title that maybe is a remaster to a game that they already know that people love, or maybe creating a game that is already tied to a prominent IP and well-known IP.
Phew! Glad you showed up. I thought we were done for.
Well, it looks like them outlaws have blocked the road to town.
Yeah, those stinky bastards got us good this time. I think there's a mine shaft around here that'll get us to town. Where is it? I could swear it was over here. No, that's not it. Oh, maybe over here. Now, what was I looking for again?
Oops! Filthy hands, Floyd. I'm taking you in. Alive or a corpse? It's your choice. Looks like we got company, boys. Let's give them a warm welcome.
I don't know, I mean, back in the day, games were just way more creative. I don't know if it's because maybe just people were doing way more drugs in the 90s, but you think about like Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo, you had games like Earthworm Jim, Clay Fighters, Booger Man. I mean, who comes up with these ideas? Ideas for games like that are rare and awesome. And it's just sad that, developers and publishers aren't investing money into ideas like that anymore just because they're riskier ideas. But ultimately, they're the more original ideas. And if developers want to set themselves apart from all of the other games being made, you have to take those creative ideas and roll with them. Anyhow, I'm getting off topic on this tangent. So right now, we're facing the boss outlaw. This is Filthy Hands Floyd. We're going to try to capture him alive. We should be able to do it. But first, I'm going to kill his little minions. We're going to capture these outlaws as well. But most importantly, we just need to make sure that we capture Filthy Hands Floyd alive so we can get that extra moolah. I found that it's easiest just to wrap them up and bag them. Hopefully I can do that with the boss. I don't know, I feel like that would maybe make it a little bit too easy though, if I can just hit him with the spider, wrap him up, and capture him. Let's see. Oh, he's hiding up there. Boom, hit him with the spider. And it appears that it's gonna let me capture him, guys. Captured alive. Perfect.
Jump cash in time.
Whew, finally, those outlaws are out of here.
Yeah, but I think I messed my drawers.
Billy, whew, damn, it stinks in there. Whoa, nice work, partner. You showed them outlaws. Good thing, too, 'cause this mine leads straight to town. Well, it's safe for me to leave it open now. I better see how them wagon trains is holding up.
Anyhow, that about wraps up this video, guys. I just wanted to show you guys some footage and gameplay of Oddworld Stranger's Wrath HD on the Nintendo Switch. As always, I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment and don't forget to like and subscribe.